Happy Friday, folks. We're going to get into the latest Detroit Lions news, and obviously it's pretty much everything about training camp and everything that you're going to need to know as literally the rookies come in tomorrow, and then the vets 3 days later. So we're getting close. This little period's nearly over, and it's so good as a content creator, and I know you're getting excited for Lions football. Let's go. ESPN survey is awesome, and that's part of today's talking points right here. Lions have 7 players ranked at their top 10 at that position. That is absolutely outstanding. That means you're a really good football team, and Jared Goff comes in here at number 9. I didn't even see who his number 10 was. 9 out of 10. Okay, Jared Goff comes in here at 9. And for sure, yeah. What thing is, though, is he's 29 years old, and he'll be 30 here. But he's still young. He's still top 10 at his position, 100%. He's a top 10 quarterback, and he's probably going to be here for a couple years, and it's really, really nice to see. Jared Goff is getting recognition from his peers and coaches. More important than anything else, of what I say or what, 97 Won the Ticket says, or anybody that's not a player or a coach. So getting it from your peers is the best. This is the type of list that we really like. This is real recognition of people who are in the game and dealing with it on a daily basis. Jared Goff comes in at number 9. Absolutely love it. And happy that he is on this list. And look, he's a top 10 quarterback. It doesn't really matter where you want to put him, but it's just the recognition that he is a top 10, right? He's done enough work to finally deserve to get that recognition. Do you think that Jared Goff's a top 10 quarterback? If you do, like I do, then where at? Do you think he's the best? Do you think he's 8? Do you think he's 6? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue on here. Number 8 is Jahmyr Gibbs, and I'm shocked to be at 8. I think this year he's going to establish him as the best running back in football, and I don't care if that's a bold take or if people dislike it. He showed it. Look, Christian McCaffrey's been this best running back that's been on the NFL for a while. I felt like he showed he's better than Christian McCaffrey. We've seen it in the NFC Championship game. We've seen what he has with speed, patience, and every game he grew and just got better and better and better. And he does it out of the backfield. Of course, he's a top 10 running back. I would have him much higher on this list at number 1. But look, if it doesn't really matter, right? At the end of the day, but at least his peers are telling him that this rookie's good, right? This player is good. I mean, Dewey was a rookie last year and he's 8 by his own peers. That means look out. This is a good player. Let's get into number 7 here, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Look, you want to put him at 7, that's fine. There is a lot of good wide receivers in the NFL. Let's not joke about that, though, right? There is some good receivers in there. So it'll be a top 10 wide receiver, in which he is. He comes in at 7. That's fine if you want to put him higher or a little bit lower, whatever your case may be. But St. Brown is 110% a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL. 1,500 yards, 10 touchdowns last year. He plays when he's hurt, and he is just a practice machine. The guy's work ethic is bar none one of the best in the NFL, if not the best. This guy is hardcore, and kudos to his father and his family for raising such a good kid. I mean, all his brothers are similar, right? They all speak different languages. So he grew up in a great family. They taught him how to train, and he's a great wide receiver, and there's no doubt in my mind that he's top 10. That's not even a thought process. Sam Laporta coming in at number 4, the number 4 tight end in the NFL. And look, I think he's the best in the NFL, but you want to know what you do got still some really good tight ends out there, right? For San Francisco, Kansas City, you got even the Vikings got not Hutch, but TJ Hawkinson. So there's some good tight ends out there. I still think he's the best tight end in football, even though he's a rookie, all-pro tight end. He comes at number 4. I like that he's getting recognition, and 2 rookies. Man, Killing this list already. Penei Sewell coming at number 2. I think he should be number 1 tackle in all of football. I know he's a right tackle, so maybe that skews it a little bit. It doesn't matter. Penei Sewell is the best in football. This guy's an outstanding tackle, and he's only, 22/23 years old. My God. The future for Penei Sewell, he's looking wearing a Hall of Fame coat. That's what he's getting. That's what his trajectory is the Hall of Fame, all right? His trajectory is as one of the best tackles to ever play the game. That's what he's doing right now, and it's awesome to watch. It is very reminiscent of the Cleveland Browns' old left tackle, right? Just a stud for many, many years. That's his vibe to it, of an Hall of Fame caliber, the pride of the Lions type of player. When he retires, he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. That's the type of player that Penei Sewell is. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Penei Sewell is the best tackle in football? Do you think that he is number 2? Where do you got him at? 1 or 2? It's one or the other. You put 3 in there, you're a Bears fan. Let's continue on here. Interior offensive lineman ranked number 8, Frank Ragnow. Now, I think that's actually a good spot. And you're going to say, oh, he should be much higher. It's because he was dealing with injury concerns in the toe, and that's something that's going to linger. And so I don't have a problem with people ranking him a little bit less. Because, look, man, that is a concern, right? But when he's on the field, he's probably the best center in all of football. And they just put him at interior offensive line. They even put him at football. So you're talking about all interior alignment. So that's even higher, right? That means he's probably, the best center. They believe so, right? So great honor for Frank the Tank. Aiden Hutchinson coming at 6. I think that's actually a really good spot for him. I still have Nick Bosa, Max Crosby, these guys ahead of him. Danielle Hunter put up more sacks. So I don't have a problem with him being at number 6. I think he will excel after this year, and he'll definitely probably be a top 3 at that point. But right now, I think 6 is about right. So good job for those players getting the recognition that they deserve. You guys need to first off go to Lions Wire. Jeff Risdon is one of my faves, and he did a video talking about the secondary, how it's completely different from what it was last year. He knows what he's talking about. And yes, Carlton Davis I think, is going to surprise Lions fans a little bit more, because we talk about Terrian a lot, right? But we also traded for Carlton Davis. I think Carlton Davis is undervalued at this point, and it's good right now, right? That's probably going to give them a little bit of motivation, and it's going to be a good shocker to Lions fans when they see better secondary play from a Davis compared to a Cam Sutton. And so I am excited to see what he can do, and I think he's going to be number 1. Terrian Arnold, he is our rookie. He's the 24th pick. We traded up. He is our number 2 right now. We don't know who's nickel, right? It's going to be Brian Branch or Amik Robertson. Either way, whoever it is, they're going to get, it doesn't really matter, right? It's all about playing time at this point for the rest of the guys. Aaron Glenn's just got to come up with, who is going to be type of down. They're going to switch it up a little bit, right? So I can't wait to see the configurations. That's what training camp is about. That's a big question everybody's waiting to find out is, what is the configuration? Read this article by my man Jeff Risdon, and he talks and breaks it all down for you. It is important, and there's a lot of good play, even with the safeties and Ufutu, Melifonwu, Kirby Joseph. It's going to be fun to watch. Brian Branch, Amik Robertson, all these guys get together and get it done. We just don't know the formation of it at this point. 49ers respond. Oh, yeah, so this is about the Brandon Aiyuk stuff, and I want to do my final talk about this because, again, as you know, he was put on the trade block. Go watch my video on my personal channel. I break it all down. But, look, the Detroit Lions are not going to trade for Brandon Aiyuk. It is just, he is wanting the same or more than Amon-Ra St. Brown. We just gave Amon-Ra St. Brown a gigantic contract as one of the highest wide receivers in all of football. You can't do that with 2. You just can't. It's fiscally irresponsible. It would destroy your cap. Maybe not this year, right? You could work it up this year. But like in year 3 for St. Brown, his is $30 million, a little over $30 million cap. Well, guess what? If he's wanting a similar contract or something better, that's what it's going to could be $60 million just with 2 players. So that's absolutely ludicrous for a situation like that. And then you'd have to give up mass draft assets, and it would signal the end of Jameson Williams in Detroit. That would just be dumb, in my opinion. We've developed this guy. He's cheap under a rookie deal. And when he eventually gets a contract extension, Jameson Williams is not going to be paid as probably the top 5 wide receiver, right? It's going to be down a little bit more because his production has not been up to par of other players in the NFL. Now, look, I think he takes a step forward this year. But again, even taking a step forward of getting, say, 800 to 900 yards, you're not going to give a top 5 contract wide receiver to that. So his would be much less, saving the Detroit Lions money. And that's what we have to do. And then we just draft. In wide receivers, and you can get a lot of good wide receivers, right, in the draft. Do you really want to put that type of, your cap under that type of stress? To me, it's not the most valued position. We're talking left tackle, which we got to think about a contract extension with Taylor Decker at this point, right? What about, the future of Aiden Hutchinson? You want to give him a contract extension, Ali McNeil a contract extension. We got to think about Derek Barnes, Afutu Melfanu, Kirby Joseph. There's players that's coming down the line. You make a move like this, just go ahead and kiss half those players goodbye because you just can't afford it. And if you want to go ahead and nuclear just dominate and destroy a roster, I think that would be the situation of doing it. That's why he has not got a deal done with San Francisco. It's contract. It's not play on the field. These guys want their money. And the Lions are not going to want to pay it. Even 49ers not want to pay it, looking like right now. So, yeah, look, go ahead. It would be hurting the Lions. It doesn't seem like a Brad Holmes move. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Get ready for training camp. With that said, folks, adios.